Everyone tells you that Toyota's reliability comes from over-engineering or their lean manufacturing process, or maybe they just use better parts. While each of those might contribute to initial quality, the car you receive from the dealer, I think everybody's missing Toyota's key ingredient. So, are they over-engineered? And while Toyota does make great engines, their designs are kind of like everybody else. They have a block, a head, and almost every other part is really similar to other manufacturers. Sometimes Toyota even holds back and doesn't push things to market just to keep reliability higher. But that's not really making the biggest difference in the reason why they're considered ultra reliable vehicles. So maybe it's their lean manufacturing process. I mean, this does play a part in why the cars have a good initial quality, but that really only affects when you look at a new car at a dealership. Or maybe it's the car parts they use. They buy Denso parts. But that doesn't really add up either. Denso's used in a lot of other manufacturers and they're not reliable. Now we're going to take a quick detour over to Ford. I just want to show you the F-150, and you can see as you get closer to 2022, just a couple years ago, look at how many times Ford changes the body style. So it becomes this race, and these manufacturers, especially, the domestic manufacturers, seem to have this mindset that they need to change their body style and the look and feel and the interior and everything else in their vehicle. Now, if you compare that to Toyota, and this is Toyota's direct competitor to the F-150, the Toyota Tundra, look, from 2000 to 2006, the body style actually stayed the same. From 2006 to 2007, we had a body change, and then there was one facelift in 2014 with the front grille and taillights. But the frame, everything stayed the same from 2007 all the way to 2021. And the insanity doesn't stop there. And I'm not trying to just pick on Ford here. General Motors and other manufacturers do the exact same thing, but Toyota doesn't. So this will give you an idea of how many engine configurations the F-150 comes with. Here's a 2.7 liter V6 EcoBoost. There's a 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6. It's a twin turbo. There's a high output version of the 3.5 twin turbo. There's a 3 liter diesel Power Stroke, and then there's a 5 liter Coyote V8. And of course the Ford Lightning electric. That's too many engine options. When you have 6 different options for engines, it's really hard to follow a quality assurance path. And then when you have 6 different engine options paired with different transmissions, it overcomplicates everything. Now compare that to the Tundra from 2007 to, I think it was 2021. This is basically what you saw on almost every Tundra, this 5.7 liter V8. In the double cab, the Crew Max, and the Crew Max SR5 are essentially the same thing, just different trim levels. That's the same exact engine that's what, 12 years, 13 years? Some of them did have this 4.6 liter, but most of them didn't. And the other thing is they put all of these engines in other Lexus SUVs. They use some of them in the Sequoia. So what you see is just hardly any change in their engines other than just iterating and making them better over time instead of kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater and restarting. They also all had the same transmissions mated to them. And the most current version of the Tundra has basically one engine option. It's a 3.4 liter twin turbo V6. I'm not super excited about a twin turbo engine in a truck, kind of disappointed that they went with it, but I understand that they're looking for more power, less displacement, and they got to please the EPA. They do have a hybrid version of this as well. That's the iForce Max. So they essentially have one engine with a hybrid motor smashed in the middle. And before you accuse me of being a Toyota fanboy, which I am, check out this 2007 Toyota Camry. Not all Toyotas are created equal. From 2007 to, I believe, 2009 or 10, they made this engine, the 2.5 liter engine, and they had low tension piston rings on it. And what would happen is it would just eat oil after about 100,000 miles. And as you can see here, we have a ton of engine problems listed, excessive oil consumption. So, the Camry is regarded as an extremely reliable car, and someone might go out and say, I'm just going to purchase a Camry and not look at the year. You do have to do your research when you're buying cars. It doesn't matter what brand, model. So the big reason why Toyota is always at the top of the reliability charts is because they don't change their vehicles every single 2 or 3 years. And when they do change, it's a minor change. They usually ride out an engine and transmission for, 10 to 12 years, maybe even 15 years with the same engine. And that's a long time that they can iterate over the same thing, make it perfect, and then give the consumers a reliable product for 5 to 10 years after that. I'm going to do a series here soon. I think it's going to be multiple videos on to try to walk you through the process step by step, just how to buy a car and how to research the car. I think the number one thing that people overlook when they're purchasing a car is the reliability and model year changes, and you really need to pay attention to that before you buy a car. So if you're interested in that, sub up and stay tuned.